So what was that period like? Of course, how can I put it? Because obviously, it's a very you can feel almost in the wilderness, if you will, because you think they've been on this treadmill going up, chipping away at this big goal, and then you've got 2 years in the wilderness. What did that feel like? Did you ever feel like I don't actually know if this is going to pan out for me, or were you just kind of having faith that at some point the
I,
next opportunity will come about?
what's very strange, and when I think back at it, is that I feel things would affect me much more now than what they were affecting me then. It's like at that age, I just had a clear goal of what I wanted to do, and I knew no better. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about my social
Mm,
status. I didn't care about anything. It was just
mm,
racing was all I wanted to do.
mm,
So those things didn't affect me, and I was able to just fully focus on my motorsport. And even when I wasn't racing, I was doing two things. I was working every day towards it, making sure I was fit and prepared for any opportunity that came, and then
yep.
working to find sponsors and that kind of stuff. So I was still working in that direction.
Mm, mm,
So that was fine. I would say the only point that, let's say, I lost a little bit of faith and hope was
mm,
I saw what motorsport did to my family, because at the early stages they were the ones that had to finance everything and support everything.
mm,
They completely ended up, yeah, selling everything, and they ended
mm,
up with nothing. They lost their business, lost their house, lost
mm,
absolutely everything. And I remember after 2 years being out, we were living in the UK at the time,
mm,
and I saw the struggles my family were going through. And I just thought to myself, this is not fair. It's not fair
mm,
for
mm,
everyone to go through this for me, and to
mm,
continue to sacrifice with no real guarantee.
mm,
And I thought to myself, okay, I've got to stop this, because my family is so committed to it. I have to stop.
mm,
And I think I
mm,
was 15, and I went to my dad. I said, Dad, it wasn't the truth, but I
mm,
said, Dad, I just don't enjoy motorsport anymore. And
mm,
it's just
mm,
not what I want. And I
mm,
would be much happier if you guys could, get your life back on track and focus there,
mm,
instead of, focusing on my racing.
mm,
And I said, it's just not what I want to do anymore.
mm.
And you can imagine the response I had from my dad. I mean, I went with a good heart. I went with a good heart, but
He's
thank
not. He
God.
was not hearing any of that. He was not hearing
Exactly.
any of
But
that.
thank
So,
God he was the way he was, because most other people probably would have said, okay, he's throwing in the towel. I'm going to throw in the towel now as well. And
not your dad. He's very
he,
single-minded.
yeah,
Yeah.
and thanks to him, we didn't give up. And he made me change my mind. And
Well put. Well put.
yeah.
I was actually, you know, when I was thinking about before our conversation, I was thinking we spoke about how the big constraint in motorsport is resources, financial resources, and when you look at the time where I think your parents are making those sacrifices, that's literally like when the Zimbabwean economy was tanking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think we all have our own stories, like parents. I think every Zimbabwean has this story of trying to go to school, seeing parents struggle whilst paying school fees. But I think your specific one is like you're trying to do racing, and the economy is just taking a nosedive.
And it's the
And then
most
there's your sister
expensive sport in the world as well.
in the world,
Yeah.
and then you're trying to justify investment into this.
Yeah.
Jeez. And I think you're a kid. I think you're a kid. For most part, you don't really see, or maybe I don't want to put that assumption on you. Did you notice and say, no,
I
actually,
was
this is
fully aware.
you're
And it was,
fully aware the whole time? Yeah.
yeah. And it was the reason why at some point I felt really guilty, and
Mm,
wanted to stop, because my family went from being big business people, having big
mm,
businesses, living
mm,
quite a high standard of life, to
mm,
us moving from, I mean, you remember we used to live in Bardo Brook together. We had,
mhm, mhm,
great life,
mhm,
living on
mhm.
a golf course, to us moving to the UK, and all four of us staying in a one-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Okay. And all four
Yeah.
of us working, honestly, 16 hours a day. And that's from my parents down to myself and my sister.
Mm,
So, of course, I was fully aware of what it did at the time to the family.
mm, mm. And thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
So, so we're there. Yeah. I think, and I got glimpses of it, but I think I didn't understand like the full gravity and weight of the situation. And yeah, it's kudos to them for sticking by and kind of pushing through. But I can't imagine what it must have been like,